Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Nonstop Talking with your girl here, Vivian Liu. Today I am going to be discussing my favorite reads of 2021. Honestly, I feel like I didn't read much in 2021. If I'm being honest, I think I watch more TV and movies and Asian dramas and anime. So I didn't read a lot, and my goal for 2021 was to decrease my physical TBR, which I did make a really good dent. Yay, accomplishment there. However, I also felt because I had that goal, as someone who's like a super heavy mood reader, I ended up kind of feeling like I forced myself to read books I like no longer had interest in, or and this and I don't know, I think I put myself in a situation where I set myself up to not enjoy reading as much. And because of that, I feel like this year's like favorites list, like all the books on this list don't even hold a candle to books of previous years, sadly. However, I don't want to be bummed out by this. I still have 12 pretty solid reads I want to recommend to you today. At number 12, we have Field Notes on Love by Jennifer E. Smith. Earlier this year, I think the news broke that there's gonna be a movie adaptation for this book starring Dove Cameron and Jordan Fisher. They were on Liv and Maddie, and I like that show. I like these two actors, and I feel like this might be like a do-over for them from Liv and Maddie. So I was very much looking forward to it, and I decided in preparation for the movie I would pick up the book, and the book did not disappoint. It was actually a pretty solid, cute YA contemporary love story. Overall, it was sweet, it was fun, it was slice of life done right. I had a good time, and I enjoyed reading it, and I'm very much looking forward to the movie. Just a quick synopsis: we have Hugo, who just broke up with his girlfriend Margaret. They planned on doing like a cross-country train trip through the US, and Margaret's like, here are the tickets, take someone else. And so Hugo goes online to try to find another Margaret to utilize the tickets. At number 11 is Role Model, which is the 5th book in the Game Changer series by Rachel Reed. I just love this series. I think I've really fallen for Rachel Reed's like writing style and the way she develops a steamy romance novel. I'm all for it. She can do no wrong at this point. Also, look at this cover. That is sex appeal on a cover right there. So this story is about Troy. He just got traded recently because he called out a teammate, Dallas Kent, and now he's in Ottawa. And on the Ottawa team, there is a social media manager by the name of Harris who smells like apples. This one was just a really adorable, kind of grumpy ex-sunshine like couple. So this book was a lot of fan service. The author brings back all the previous couples that we've met, and it just makes me feel warm inside. It's like seeing old friends again, and I didn't mind it. I really appreciated the fan service a lot. And the relationship, the main relationship with Troy and Harris, it does develop quite quickly, and Troy's character growth is pretty fast as well. So I think the story could have slowed down a bit, but like I said, I'm not hating because the fan service delivered, and this couple was just very adorable. The next book in the series is going to be a sequel for everyone's favorite couple, Shane and Iliad. I'm so freaking excited. I'm looking forward to that so much. Like, I just cannot wait. At number 10 is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This is my first Riley Sager book, and I must say I was thoroughly impressed. This story is about Emma, whose cabin mates all disappeared the year that she went to the summer camp 15 years ago, and now she's back at the camp as their like art teacher counselor. I feel like the dark summer camp vibes were done very well. I like all the twists and turns, and I was quite fond of the conclusion. Like, it was just very well done. Number 9 is Bad Girls with Perfect Faces by Lynn Weingarten. In 2019? Yes, in 2019, I read Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls, written by this author, and that book and I just did not vibe. Like, I did not like it. I thought it was pretty convoluted, and so this was, for me, a second chance to the author, and I was really pleasantly surprised. I kind of bought these books like at the same time, so after reading like Suicide Notes and not liking that, Bad Girls with Pretty Faces has been sitting on my shelf like for a very long time. And honestly, there's just something about this author and her covers and her titles. They're very captivating. In this book, we meet Sasha, who is best friends with Xavier. And Xavier is getting back with his cheating ex, Ivy. And Sasha's like, nope, I gotta stop this. So she decides to catfish Ivy, and all hell breaks loose from there. And this book was just so thrilling, so entertaining, and the audio is full cast, and I highly recommend it. I enjoyed it a lot. Number 8 is Dangerous Girls by Abigail Has. Sorry. Anyways, I pulled up this ebook on my phone when I was at Disneyland, and I was reading it while waiting for, like, in line for, like, rides and attractions and whatnot, and it was just a really great, like, company, I guess, while I was waiting in line. It kept me entertained, and I had a lot of fun, and there were moments where I felt like I just couldn't put this down. I ended up finishing it that day, so good job. Like, sometimes I feel like it's such an accomplishment when you can read one book and finish it in a day. So the synopsis: this is about a group of high school seniors who go to Aruba for spring break, party before college, and one of the friends, Elise, gets murdered in their hotel suite, and every single friend is a suspect. This book has a slow start, but once it picks up, like I said, I was hooked. I didn't want to put it down. I was very invested in the way Anna and Elise's friendship was framed. I was curious about the relationship with Tate, and then like I was just like so angry at the like extremely try-hard and biased prosecutor, and then the toss in there like the effects of media and how it like changes public opinion. I don't know, I was just like very much engrossed in the book. This book just had all the ingredients there to really draw the audience in and hold their attention, and I find that commendable. Applause. Just watching like all the angles and like the crazy events happening. I don't want to spoil the ending, but I do want to say that I trusted you. Number 7 is Boyfriend Material, which is the first book in I think what is now a trilogy, and it's written by Alexis Hall. When this book first came out, it drew a lot of comparisons to Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I read in 2019 and loved. It was on my favorites list, so I knew I had to pick up Boyfriend Material and compare the two. In all honesty, I do like Red, White, and Royal Blue a little bit better, but Boyfriend Material is pretty good too. Before I give the quick synopsis, I just want to say, Vivian, when you see the word barrister, you are not gonna say barista. We have Luke, who is the son of 2 rock star parents, and he needs some good publicity on his side. He enters into a fake dating agreement with a barrister. Oliver, and love blossoms from there. This was cute, cheesy, romantic fun. I liked the banter. I liked the pop culture references. I liked the couple. I do have to say that there's the fake dating drags slightly, and there is a moment where I would say like 3/4 into the book where the couple breaks up, and I felt like that was highly unnecessary. But overall, it was fun. I had fun, and I look forward to the second book and getting to know this cute couple even more. Number 6 is My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I mean, first of all, look at both those covers. Is that not captivating? Like, does that not pique your curiosity? Like, they're both like amazing. I first heard about this book on Books and Lala's channel, and like I said, I was immediately sold by the title and by the cover. Like, that is just fine marketing. Is that considered marketing? I think it is. The book is about Abby and Gretchen, childhood best friends. One day, a situation involving drugs and shrieking, Gretchen changes. Like, for whatever reason, she flips a switch, and Abby will do all within her power to make sure that her friend regains her old self. The focus of this story, surprisingly, is about the power of friendship, which I was pleasantly surprised and really enjoyed. When Gretchen changes, that was when the story started getting really interesting. I was invested in learning the truth. Like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Is Gretchen going to return to her old self? I was there. I needed answers, and I just could not put this book down. That was how appealing the story was. In addition to the two main characters, all the side characters or secondary characters were very well developed. They all had very clear motives and all went on their own distinct journey, and I really appreciated that as well. I wasn't expecting the conclusion to be what it was, and honestly, I feel like it was the human moments in this book that really sold me. Truthfully, I could have done with a bit more horror and a less of those magazine quizzes. However, this book was a hoot. Number 5 is The Surprising Power of a Good Dumpling by Y. Chim. This book randomly showed up in my Amazon recommendations, and all I can say is that these Target ads against me are just so on point. This book follows a Chinese Australian teenager, Anna. Her family situation is a little bit complicated. Her dad is a workaholic. He works at a restaurant that's in a different city, so he's rarely home and opts to just sleep at the restaurant. Her mother just cannot get out of bed most days, and it's up to Anna to take care of her younger sister and brother and also maintain her schoolwork, which is a lot. I had no idea what this book was before starting. It literally was just I saw it in Amazon, I saw the title, I saw the cover, and I'm like, okay, let me just buy this. And so reading it, I wasn't expecting to see depiction of mental health in a family or living with a parent who is, having issues with their mental health. And this book just felt so raw and real and authentic. And the only little thing is I was not for Rory and Anna's relationship. That I give a side eye to, but everything else was just so well written, and this was just at times such an emotional read. The characters hurt and I hurt with them. Number 4 is Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden. I saw this book on a banned and burned books list, and that's why I picked it up. I didn't know what it was about originally, but let me just say, like, after reading it, knowing what it talks about, knowing the time that it came out, I feel like we could say, like, can I say this book is like revolutionary? It was first published in what, 1982. So it's about two high school teenagers, Annie and Liza, sorry, Liza, not Lizzie. They meet at a museum, and then a friendship blossoms from there, and then more develops from that. So something romantic and intimate is happening between the two girls, and during this time, Liza's private school catches wind of it, and just things happen from there. Towards the end, when like shit hits the fan, I was like super invested in the book. Like, I just wanted the best for these two girls. I was so upset they got such little support, and like I wanted them to have a happy conclusion. And I also felt really, really, really bad for the two teachers. Like, damn. The main romance in this is just very gentle and slow, so it feels very authentic and nice, and it's just a very well written, innocent first love story. I will say, as like a heavy romance reader, I would have liked a little bit more like banter and see a little bit more chemistry, but at the same time, you know, like I said, it was just such a pure, sweet, innocent first love story, and then you just go watch the world practically ruin it, and you're just like, damn, I'm so bummed out. One thing I really did like about this is that the author really does tell you, like, these two girls, like, they love each other. Like, their love for each other is genuine. And so when they internalize all that pain from hearing that, like, it's wrong, it's just, it hurts. The conclusion ends with like a phone call, and it's satisfying in a way. In retrospect, I feel like for its time, for its topic, it's powerful then and powerful now. And I also appreciated the tour around New York and its little bits of discussion of social economic status and like private versus public education. Number 3 is Bad Blood, Secrets and Lies in a Silicon Valley Startup by John Carreyrou. My boyfriend bought me this book, and it's about the current case of Elizabeth Holmes and her health company, Theranos. And I have to say, like, it was actually very entertaining reading this right before the court case. I just feel like I learned so much, and like, this is like real life. This like really happened, and I think that's what makes this story even more like shocking. So I highly recommend, and I heard that there is a documentary about this, so I am going to see if I can find it, and I will probably watch it. The writing is very well structured, and it's a super entertaining read, which I was surprised by because I rarely pick up like nonfiction. So for a nonfiction to like hold my attention so well, I was like, well done. And after I was done with the book, I literally like took the physical book and I would just give it to my friends and be like, you need to read this, you need to read this. And 2 of my friends did, and they did enjoy it, so there. Number 2 is Eating Animals by Jonathan Safran Foer. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I first heard about this book, once again, from Books and Lala's channel, and I was curious about it. I am a meat eater, and I feel like sometimes the message of like trying to get people to be vegetarian or vegan can come off as like rude and off-putting. So I didn't know what to expect with this book, but I think this book does a good job of just presenting facts, telling you why like doing this is better, or why that is not good, or the long-term side effects of that. All in all, I felt like Eating Animals spread its message in a very digestible way for the general public. In addition, it was very educational. I learned something from it, which I enjoy from my reading experiences, to be able to learn something. And I like how the author sprinkled in his own personal experiences without it being like too much, because that can happen sometimes. And I have honestly been like recommending it to like my friends who I know read nonfiction, because I do think it is a genuinely good and informative book. Like I said, like I don't know what really happened to me this year. I don't read a lot of like thrillers or mysteries, and I ended up reading a lot and them showing up on my favorites. And I rarely read nonfiction, and here I have two on my favorites list. What? Number one, Amazon knows me so well, because this is also another Amazon recommendation, and it's Thrown Off the Ice by Taylor Fitzpatrick. Didn't know what I was getting into with this book at all. I saw the cover, I read the synopsis, and I was just like, you know what, that sounds like something right up my alley. And it was. And you know, Amazon, you're scary good. Thrown Off the Ice is a male ice hockey romance that will make you super emotional. I cried. And then I recommended it to a friend of mine who is a heavy romance reader, and she cried too. So if you're gonna pick this up, prepare the tissues. This is an age gap romance between 30-something-year-old enforcer Mike and up-and-coming rookie star Liam. The characters carry so much insecurity, stubbornness, and just raw emotions in their relationship, and their feelings are just like create knots in your heart, and it's just like tugging and squeezing at your heart till it hurt. What happens to Mike in the end, and the letter that Liam penned, literally broke me. I remember just like holding onto my iPad and reading it at night in my bed, and just like crying, absolutely crying, and being like, I have work tomorrow, please don't let my eyes be swollen, and like I'm already staying up, like just yeah, just thinking about like that, like I'm like, I feel sad for the characters all over again. I originally saw this book on Amazon, right? And so then I checked my library app and it was available, so I borrowed it there. But then I loved it so much that I actually went back on Amazon and bought a Kindle version of this. So like, I love this. Well, it looks like I ended this on a somber note. That wasn't my intention, but those are my favorite reads of 2021. Like I said, I didn't read much in 2021, and the stuff that I read in 2021 that ended up on my favorites list don't really compare to favorites of previous years. So in 2022, I want to have just a better reading year. Not in the sense of like reading more, but in the sense of just like reading stuff that are just so good that when it comes to the end of the year and I have to pick favorites, it's gonna be so hard to narrow down. I don't want to discredit the 12 titles that I shared today. I think they are all very solid recommendations, and they all somehow entertained, thrilled, or made me happy in some way, which I appreciated. And I think that's it. Outro time. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in my next video whenever that is. Bye!